When you acknowledge outwardly, I'm ready to receive this, and put yourself into that space, and then you're given, okay, here's the first step, whether that be losing your job, whether that be an opportunity to leave your job, whether that's to leave a relationship, a friendship, moving from your home, traveling to where it is that you need to travel. Take the opportunity and bet on yourself, because nobody is going to save you. Hi, welcome to day 3. Today's topic is bet on yourself because nobody is coming to save you. So as I navigate this next chapter leading into my free bird era, I am learning that I need to go all in, learning how to put it all on the table, doubling down on what I know I'm capable of, and just figuring it out day by day, and truly trusting that I'm going to get to where I want to be because I'm worthy, I'm capable, and it's just the inevitable. But that comes with the struggle with being a human in this society, thinking I need to create a safety net, I need to find some sort of realistic stability in order to achieve what it is that I want to achieve. But then how am I going to sit here and encourage people to go all in on themselves and follow their passions and pursue the thing that they want to pursue so badly if I myself can't follow that lead and refuse to take myself as seriously as I need to, especially during this time. And honestly, I'm super grateful that I have about 2 weeks to figure this out and get the ball moving. I've already recorded. This is my 3rd day in a row that I'm recording. I'm going to start posting this week and then continuing on every day for 30 days and then some, and building that momentum in order to get to where I know that I'm meant to be is the first step to get there. And I'm very grateful that I have people in my life that are supporting me in this journey, in this transition, and can see the light that I have to emit to the world, and the voice I have to share, and the power that I hold. I am so strong and I'm so resilient, and I'm more than capable than I give myself credit for. So why am I not going after and doing exactly what it is that I want to do? It's tough though. I need to find a way to break it to my parents eventually. Maybe not. I'm going to be posting these videos publicly, but maybe not sharing it on my socials. And that's a part that brings me a little bit of stress. My parents are going to be traveling next month, and I don't want them to be stressing out about their daughter. And I want to know that I have stability under me, that I can figure it out. I already had an emotional conversation with my mom last month, I believe, was when that conversation happened. I believe. Ooh, I'm messing up this skirt. And that was the first time that I really fully felt confident in standing my ground and explaining myself in terms of what it is that I'm doing, how I'm going to get there, even though I knew I couldn't give her an answer of, okay, so these are going to be the steps that are going to take me to where I want to be. So don't you worry. Like regular jobs, like if you're going to be a nurse, you're going to go to nursing school, and then you're going to do this and then you're going to do that. When it comes to being a creative, especially a multi-hyphenate like myself, multi-passionate person like myself, I desire to create content. I am pursuing dance so that I can be a great performer on stage, write my own music, perform that, tour, and do all of these great, amazing things. I want to return to acting again one day and integrating storytelling through film alongside my music. I have so many big dreams and aspirations that I've kept because I'm no longer subscribing to it. I've kept lessening my value by settling. This opportunity right here, I know is the one. First of all, last night was a full moon. We're still in the effects of a full moon. It's Mercury retrograde. We just passed a 888 Lion Gate portal. It's the age of Aquarius. I'm in Aquarius. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's my time to really step into who I've always been and who I am meant to be. I can't continue to stand in my own way. It's exhausting. It's frustrating. It's annoying. I annoy myself because I keep questioning what it is that I'm doing when I know deep down what I want to do is what I need to be doing. So when I don't do that, it's so hypocritical. So this is my plea to the public, anyone who is watching this. If you have a calling, if you feel so compelled to be doing something with your life, as untraditional and as unstable as it may come off, even if you're not making money from it. I know money is such a sensitive topic in this world, especially in the economy that we're living in. If you're in the United States, you're in capitalism and watching people around you hustle for the bag and doing the things for the bag. And, you know, we desire to live such luxurious lifestyles, whatever luxury means to you. As human beings, we're not meant to be putting ourselves into states of burnout just for the sake of having enough money to buy the latest designer, whatever. At the end of the day, that means nothing. And I learned that for myself quite a bit of time ago. It's just taken a while for my habits and my ability to compensate what my soul desires with what my human ego driven side craves, if that makes any sense. And so I'm happy to be in this place. I literally called it in. I keep reminding myself that how crazy the last 24 hours, 48 hours has been. Because one day I was sitting here, decided on a whim that I was going to start making YouTube videos again, was going to balance it on the side of my nannying gig and figuring out how to stay consistent. And the next day I found out that nannying gig just isn't going to be an issue I'm gonna have to deal with in a couple weeks. So what am I gonna do in order to get myself to a place where I'm creating the life and sustaining the life that I want to live? What are the steps that I need to take in order to ensure that for myself? How am I going to double down, bet on myself, and ensure that win? How do I manifest this for myself? That's the question. That is the challenge of this season for me. And I'm sure if you're watching this, you're also in a similar place in life. There is just no doubt that the message that I have to share with you right now doesn't resonate with you in some way. Literally days before I found out the news, I was watching some sort of spiritual YouTube video. I don't know if it was a tarot reading or just words of encouragement from one of the girlies that I follow, but it was talking about how the audience needed to let go of whatever it is that we're going to need to let go of. Or on the other side, it was that what we needed to let go of was going to let go of us, even if we didn't feel we were ready. And look at where I'm at. And this isn't the first time that something like this has happened to me. It happened when I, got the snip from Disney. I had already set the intention that I needed to leave, but I kept postponing it and I kept trying to make excuses as to why it was still working out for me. And then life just kept getting in my way, giving me roadblocks in order to stay that simply just had to be removed, and I became such a better person from it. This is another one of those opportunities where I'm not only being encouraged, but I'm being forced to level up. And sometimes you have to see that as an opportunity and seize it. And you can't run away and say no. I mean, you can, but it goes back to what we were saying about you're either going to take the action, you're either going to be forced to take the action, or you're going to have that opportunity taken away, or the gift taken away. I'd rather say it that way. It's nuts. It's honestly, life never happens the way that we think it's going to. And it was 11:11 as I said that. It was crazy. I looked this way and it was 333 bars, and then I turned and it was 11:11. And so I know for a fact that I am doing exactly what it is I'm supposed to be doing. And I haven't cried. When I got cut from Disney, I cried. And it was just a lot going on at that time too. But for this one, I just knew I was ready. And I had a weight lifted off my shoulder when it was a mutual. When the decision was mutual from both sides. I knew, because I had made the YouTube video on Sunday, found out the news yesterday, I knew that I was already taking the action and just didn't realize that things were going to move a lot faster than I thought they were going to. This is real life gambling. I was having the conversation yesterday with a Mr. Man, and he was checking in with me to see how I was because I told him right after I found out what was going on, and he tapped back in with me later when he had the chance. And you know, he knows to not pry. He knows that I will express what I need to express. So I'm glad that he's not the kind to kind of prod and really make sure that I'm okay. Like if I'm not expressing I'm feeling some type of way, then we move on. And so in the conversation we were having, he was explaining where he's at with his business and what he wants to do and how he feels this call to level up. And then I was telling him how it makes sense that it's a full moon and all this stuff is happening. Later on that night, we were texting and he was asking what kind of full moon it was or what does it mean. And I was doing my research just so I could explain it to him concisely and also understand it more for myself. And it is and was a blue supermoon in Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius, and a blue moon is such a rare thing. A blue supermoon is even more of a rare thing. And the fact that it's in Aquarius is just like the cherry on top of it all. It is such a time for change and setting our intentions as to where we want to be. The concept of betting on ourselves because nobody is going to save us is literally what this time is emphasizing. And so once we acknowledge with our subconscious, conscious self and send that message out to the universe, to God, and letting them know like, hey, we want to work in cahoots because I know you know, speaking to the powers that be, I know you know what's going on and where I'm supposed to go. But now I want to let you know that I know so that you know I'm ready for whatever it is that you have to bring my way in order to take me to where I'm supposed to be. So bring it. Let's go. Let's go. What is it? Let the games begin. I have a magazine from my sorority that I get regularly, and I think this was the summer issue for the Olympics, and so on the cover it says let the games begin because they were covering athletes in the sorority fraternity. But yeah, let the games begin, and I'm ready. That's also something he said last night. Like, this is a sport. This is my sport. His is running a fashion brand and doing his thing. Mine is being a creative in this way and in my music and doing all of the other things that I'm so passionate and compelled to go after. Now is the time for me to take that and run in the direction of it, not run away like I've used to in the past. Now is the time for me to take myself as seriously as I ever can, as seriously as possible. The sentence just doesn't. You guys should be used to this by now. I get so worked up and then I lose myself in it all. Yeah, that is the lesson. Bet on yourself. Take the opportunity, seize the opportunity that is kindly presented for you When you acknowledge outwardly, I'm ready to receive this, and put yourself into that space, and then you're given, okay, here's the first step, whether that be losing your job, whether that be an opportunity to leave your job, whether that's to leave a relationship, a friendship, moving from your home, traveling to where it is that you need to travel. Take the opportunity and bet on yourself, because nobody is going to save you. I've learned time and time again, nobody outside of yourself is going to be, okay, here's everything that you need, just because. And don't get me wrong, sometimes we will have moments where we are gifted that, but you have to balance out the scale. You also have to show up with equal or more value in order to fully accept and receive that gift. Every gift comes with a cost. You have to compensate in some way. As easily as you're given that gift, it can be taken away. And I reiterate this so many times. Bet on yourself. I know I am. You guys are going to be watching. I'm taking you along with this journey, semi-reluctantly, but also fated and in alignment. The synergy in the air was brought so that I was already in a place ready to document and share my story. And now there's a story to follow along. There's a journey. There's a start, and there's going to be a middle that we're presently in, and there's going to be an end. And then at that end, we're going to be starting again, whatever it is that is on the other side of that finish line. And when I tell you I have things already in the works and moving and grooving, and it's just a matter of time for myself to catch up to that in the timeline, I already know that it exists. I already know that it happened because I've already thought it up. It already came sent to me as a message, as a download of sorts. It already is. And having the trust and the faith, sorry, I keep hitting the microphone, and having the belief in what it is, that it is, and not putting any unnecessary stress or worry over things that I already know are. I'm already more than halfway there. I'm pretty much there already. I'm just physically catching up. But I see it in my dreams, and I see it in my mind, and I have been doing a parallel universe, parallel reality timeline jumping meditation almost every day for I forget how many days it has been already, but I'm already witnessing the change in my life. And I've probably put it here, I'll link it down below, the exact meditation I've been doing. But yeah, there are just so many things that life is not a complicated thing. We make it complicated as humans because we either look too deeply and analyze it too crazily, or we don't look at it as contextually enough, as we don't it's happening again. There's clear-cut signs, and it's a matter of us allowing ourselves to hear the message, to see and to feel the message, whatever that message is. Understanding the cues in our body, because our body doesn't lie. I still have to get to that book, The Body Keeps a Score. Our bodies don't lie. When I was detaching from particular friendships and romantic relationship a couple years ago, my body was telling me, especially when I was trying to leave Disney and then ended up having to leave Disney anyways the following year. But the year where I needed to cut relationship ties with people and I was just holding on and giving second, third, fourth chances because of history and my feelings, my body was telling me I was physically not well. I was very skinny, and some people think like, oh, like, but you were skinny, like, that's nice. I was skinny. I look back at pictures of myself now, I look sickly. and I had people around me that were telling me that I looked that way, that it was a little concerning, and if I was okay. I knew I wasn't okay. I was crying all the time. I was breaking out. I was trying to figure out why all of these physical symptoms were happening. And once I was forced to free myself, completely different person. And same with last year. Once I let go of, and I've been dealing with letting these pieces of myself go. I said it in the last video or the first video. I used to hold my past like accolades. I used to think I need to carry these burdens because they're a part of me, because I have to. They're a part of me somehow. When I finally let them go, when I finished this year really letting those things go, my goodness. This woman sitting before you now is the result of letting go of all of the things that I used to hold grievances against, regrets, remorse, frustration, any other adjectives that align with that same sphere. Once I finally let it go and allowed myself to enter this next chapter of my life, we saw what happened yesterday. We see who is sitting in front of us today. This is the result of truly betting on yourself, trusting in what you feel called to intuitively, regardless of if you can see the monetary value or the success or the accolades or the recognition from the public. If you feel within yourself, this is where I'm supposed to be going, let me figure out how to get there, regardless of how much time, space, or energy it takes. If it fills you with some sort of fire that makes you excited to wake up every day and continue doing that until whatever it is that you're looking for externally to affirm that, let me tell you, your life is going to change. There's nothing more rewarding than putting in the work in order to see the results that you once before thought were so distant from you. When I tell you the universe matches your energy, once you put yourself in the space, in the energy field to receive those things, once you acknowledge to God, hey, I'm ready to do exactly what it is that you've been guiding me to do, and I've just been sidestepping until I felt comfortable enough or I was pushed to the edge enough. Watch how fast your life changes. I know I did. You guys saw how fast life changes once you bet on yourself one time, and then it's the positive effect of gambling in this life. You know, there are obviously the negative sides of gambling, and that's when you're doing it from a sense of ego and greed and pride. But when you do it in a healthy way, when you do it because you genuinely feel called, there's nothing else that will make me happy in this life unless I do this. Do it. I don't care if your family's gonna look at you some type of way. I don't care. I care about how you are. But it doesn't matter who leaves your life, what leaves your life. If you need to leave certain environments in order to get there, bet on yourself. Take the chance. No one's gonna come and hand you exactly what you want on a silver platter and that become lifelong. What is the saying? You can't build a house in a day, and if you do, it's just gonna blow away. Come on, take the chance. Join me. If you need an accountability buddy, you know where to find me on my socials. My comments are open. Follow my journey. Slide in my DMs if you need words of encouragement, because I've been there. This is not my first rodeo of having to be thrown back into the world and learning how to fend for myself and figuring out how to tread water. I've drowned before, near drowned many times before, but somehow, if there is a will, there is a way. I always found the way out and became stronger, became better because of it. Okay, this felt like a good place to stop. I'm getting better at learning how to not talk for like 55 plus minutes. And I will probably have videos every now and then that are just that long because they are that long. But this feels like a good space to leave off. I may or may not record another video right now if I feel another topic. But yeah, I don't know how many times I've said it in this video. Bet on yourself. Nobody is coming to save you. Only you can save yourself. And with that being said, I love you. Be nice to yourself. Drink some water. I have a smoothie that I'm going to be drinking. And I have water. I need to hydrate. Get some vitamin D. I took a walk. Stretch your body. Do some yoga. I did Pilates. Pilates body with Raven. Pilates body with Raven. I think she's going to be my new Pilates YouTube girl now. I'm on day 2 of my period, so that was a push. But I feel so strong. And with everything that is going on, I know that I'm building the momentum for once I am out of Shark Week and have all of my energy back. I'm gonna be running. I don't know if I'm gonna physically be running. I do want to become a runner because I know that's good for you as a vocalist to sing and practice your singing as you're running. We're gonna get there. Maybe we're gonna join me on a journey to becoming a runner. Because baby's a track star. And she's a chef. And she's a multi-passionate, multi-hyphenate, creative girly. But yeah. I love you. Please be nice to yourself. Do something today. It can be big, it can be small. Do something today that takes you one step closer to the person, to the life, to the world that you want to live in. I love you. I love you. I love you. You got this. I will see you soon. Okay, let's align this. Oh no. Okay.